Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Shelly from Crafty Cottage Dreams. How are you doing today? Or should I say this evening? I don't even know what time it is. Anybody know what time it is? I've totally lost track of time today. I've been a busy little bee. But I have a couple more Savannah Rose journals, and these are my French document Savannah Rose journals. There are no digitals. The only digital that I used was Sharon's French document digital, and I always use her French document digital for the covers of my Savannah Rose journals. So that is the only digital that I've used. Other than that, it is all French related papers and documents and ledgers and all sorts of yumminess. So, of course, I always make a mini journal with my journals. And this one's a little bigger than, it's a mini, but it's a little bigger. I don't even know where to start. Anyway, how about, aren't they beautiful? I just love how they came out. And of course, I used Esme's beautiful vintage collar laces and some of her other items from her shop. Yeah. So I'm just going to set one aside for right now, but they're so beautiful. So let's just set this one aside. And I'm going to try to make this video as short, quick, and sweet as possible. All right, here we have it. Of course, you guys know my tall journals are, this is almost 11 inches in length, counting the papers sticking out, and 4 inches in width. And this pretty little cutie patootie is actually almost 8 inches long by, I don't know, a little, about 3.5 inches. Yeah. So it's a little bigger than what I usually make. So how about we get started with a small one first? How about that? Alrighty, I made this journal out of a time card. And these time cards were purchased from, there I go with the ums again, Practice Makes Pretty. And she has an Etsy shop, which I'll post her link down below in the description box. But it's just wrapped with, of course, I can't do away with my sari silk. Of course, that is wrapped in some beautiful light blush pink sari silk. And then I created this eyelet flower, and it's dyed in avocado dye with a little vintage button there. And it is binded document style. And of course, I always have to add my masking tape. I love it. And in the back, I just added this beautiful lace dangle from Esme's shop, and this beautiful lace as well. These are extras. They're not attached. Just by a ball pin right there. And I'm going to take this off for 1 second. And then I just used Sam Pool stamp here. And I did some stenciling and then stamped Savannah Rose there. And then I used some vintage wallpaper here, and I just collaged. And then I added this fabric printable here, this beautiful rose. And then I stitched all around it. And of course, we have the vintage wallpaper in the background. And I used a Sam Pool stamp here on the bottom as well. So let's take a walk on the inside. And I also sprayed the time card using Tim Holtz Distress Spray and Tattered Rose. I love using that stuff. And then we have an avocado dye doily. And then we have a beautiful vintage, or I shouldn't say vintage, French book page here. And then we have some of Esme's lace here. It's so beautiful. Then we have some coffee dyed paper. Lace paper, I love it. Coffee dyed paper. Some more of Esme's beautiful trim, tulle trim, or lace, I should say. We have some vintage wallpaper here. A French book page. It is dated on the bottom, 1937. We have some pink dyed paper here. Another French book page. And we have some coffee dyed paper. In here I used my pink heart clip, and I added this beautiful ephemera card there. I'm just going to put that back. Oops. Come on, Shelly, you can do it. There we go. And then we have French book page here. I just fold it up. And you can use for collaging or whatever your little heart desires. Then we have, I'm not sure of the date on this, but I love it. So I added that. Pink dyed paper, and then we have this beautiful heart clip with this ephemera here and coffee dyed paper. And then I added, yes, these are cigarette cards. I believe that's what they're called. A French book page, pink dyed paper, another French book page. Here is that vintage wallpaper, Esme's beautiful laces, some coffee dyed paper, some coffee dyed lace paper. Here's some lace, French book page, and the avocado dyed doily. So that is the mini journal. I'm just going to tie this up real quick. Won't take long at all, promise. So I left this little small journal because I did add the coffee dyed paper and stuff like that, along with the French book pages. More for like a little writing journal. There. Beautiful. And again, the length of this is a little over 7.5 by 3.5. So that is the baby. Let me clip this in the back because I had this in the back with a bulldog clip. Just some little extra goodies. I'm going to tuck this one behind the sari silk there. There. So pretty. So that is the baby journal. And here we go. Look at this. Of course, I had to add my fox rose here. Let's just take that out. And then we have, I forget what kind of ribbon this is, but it's beautiful. I love it. And we have one of Esme's pearl brooches on a pink bow pin. So I am just going to take this off real quick. So pretty. And we'll untie this. Forget what, I think it starts with a G, but yes, So that ribbon, and then we have this beautiful vintage collar that I just wrapped this journal in, and I added a pink bow pin with one of my antique glass buttons. So we'll just slide that off. So that is included to your journal wrap. I love it, that's beautiful. And here is the front cover. I've used this beautiful vintage brooch. And then I used Esme's beautiful tea-dyed lace for the front cover. And I love it because you can still see through this and you can see that French document lettering. I added a Sampool stamp up here. I did sewing all around and distressed it, and it's in that pink, it is Sharon's pink, it's called Pink Ladies. It's her French document digital, and that's what I used here. And here is the back. I added a Sampool stamp here, and of course my masking tape, and I stamped Savannah Rose on the bottom. It's beautiful, love it. And it is binded French document style. So let's take a walk on the inside. And here we have some beautiful vintage wallpaper. And we have some French pages here. Trying to see if I can find a date. I don't know. But it's beautiful all the same. And it's delicate. And then throughout this journal, I had to add, because it is very neutral with tones of blush pink, of course, and I had to use Amity Bloom's washi tape. So we have this beautiful French piece as well in Amity Bloom's washi tape, just for that pop of color. I love her washi tape. And that flips out. And this is 1936, it says right here. I can't tell you what it says. And then we have an antique ledger here. We have a beautiful, and this is rag paper, guys, French book page. We have an antique ledger. And I added some of Amity Bloom's washi there. And here I created a lace belly band. It is sewn on the side. And on the inside of this, can you guys see? I sure hope so. And then on the inside of this, I added this beautiful ephemera card with that beautiful pink bird. It's gorgeous. And then we have a French piece here. It's very delicate. And we have this beautiful vintage wallpaper. Isn't that gorgeous? I had so much fun creating this journal. Look at that beautiful vintage wallpaper. Just gonna stick that back in there. Gorgeous. And then I just have my blush pink heart clip up here. And then here's the back of that wallpaper. I love it because it's like embossed. Isn't it gorgeous? And then I just created an ephemera card on that time card, and I splattered it with that tattered rose, did some collaging. And I used that vintage wallpaper here too. And a French book page. Some corrugated cardboard, and that is Sharon's digital. And added a tulle bow and did some stenciling. And that just clips right up here. And then we have another French page. I added some Amity Blooms washi tape, just for that pop of color. And we have another, this is handwritten and it's dated, I'm not sure that date, but the 7th for 1905. I added some Sorry Silk up here. It's all original, guys. Amity Blooms washi tape up here. We have some blank vintage ledger. And then we have some beautiful handwritten letter here. Don't ask me what it says. We have some beautiful French music paper. And here I added Amity Blooms washi tape. And it's on this side as well. I love the patina of the paper. And we have a French book page here. And then over here, this is so delicate. Hate to mess around with this stuff too much. I'll put that aside for a minute. Then we have this beautiful French letter here. And I added my Sorry Silk on the side here. And it is attached with my blush pink clip. And then we have this French, not sure if it's a receipt of some sort. I don't know. I'm trying to look for a date. I'm unsure. It doesn't say, guys. But it's very delicate. And that just clips right in here. Gently. And here's the back of that. Oh, here it is. February 7th, 06 is the date of that. And then I added this beautiful vintage rose postcard. Let's see if there's a date. With the original stamp. I don't know. I don't see a date, but it is written on. Whoever is the proud owner of this journal may read it. And that just clips right on there. Another French book page. Amity Bloom washi tape for that pop of color. And I'm not sure. It's on some sort of antique. I'm not sure, guys. But I love it just the same. And that flips out. Amity Bloom tape up here. And then we have this beautiful vintage, let me take this out. Vintage wallpaper. I love it, so pretty. And I created a lace pocket, did some sewing. And then we have this beautiful ephemera card, fruit trees, roses, shrubs. I love it. And then we have this piece here. It's so delicate, hate to mess with it. And I'm not sure the date, guys, but it's beautiful. And that just slides right in this pocket, along with this card. And then here, and here is the back of that wallpaper. I love it, it's beautiful. And then we have a vintage postcard, which I left right in its plastic. It's so pretty. It is written on. I'm trying to find a date. And I do not see one. But I love the handwriting. It's so pretty. And that just clips right up here with that pink, blush pink. I love those heart clips. We have a French book page. And then we have this beautiful letter. And again, I used my Sari silk on the side here. And this one is dated 11/15/04. And then we have a beautiful French book page here. We have some ledger, antique ledger, and then this is to die for, guys. I can't believe I'm sharing this. But this is old, and it is delicate, and it is the center of the journal, the center of attraction here. And I'm pretty sure I saw a date on this, but it is the most beautiful piece ever. I believe that says 1596. Let me look on the back. I'm not sure, guys, but I do see a date here, 1804, 18 something. Maybe this is 18, or it's supposed to be. I don't know. But it's absolutely gorgeous, and it is delicate. That's the center of attraction. We have some antique ledger paper here. An old French book page. Here's the other side of that letter. Amity Bloom. A French book page. That is rag paper. And then here I created just a little, I didn't want to cover these up because I just love these. I forget what these are called, but I sprayed it with a Tim Holtz oxide spray in Tattered Rose. I added a little cluster of lace and a little pink flower with a little pin. And here I have one of those French, what are they called? French vocabulary cards. And I also sprayed it with that Tattered Rose, and I added a little brad here. I forget what these are called. And that just clips right up here. And here's the backs of that beautiful vintage wallpaper. Let's take this out. We have the lace pocket, which I sewed. Isn't that beautiful? And then I added a French vocabulary card with a little blush pink flower and a pin. And then we have this beautiful piece. I'm not sure the date, guy. Wait, is that a date? It's 19 something, but I can't read it. And that is the back. That just slides in that pocket. Here is some antique ledger, and I used Amity Bloom's washi tape. French book page. And then we have this beautiful piece here too. And I left it in its plastic. Isn't she beautiful? It is written on the most beautiful handwriting ever. Let's see a date. I don't know. But whoever gets it can read it. I left it right in the plastic, guys. It's a beautiful postcard. And in the back here, there's that beautiful French letter. We have another one of these. This, I believe, says 1920. And that just clips on there with my little blush pink card clip. I love those things. French book page. That vintage music paper. That old, look at the patina on that, love it. And then here we have some ledger. blank. And then we have this beautiful postcard. It is blank in the back. And that clips right up there with my pink heart clip. Amity Bloom washi tape. Here's the back of that beautiful letter with some sari silk. Here is that vintage wallpaper. I love it, so beautiful. And I sewed a lace pocket. Isn't that gorgeous? Wallpaper. And then we have a French vocabulary card with a blush pink, a flower applique and a pin. And then we have this here. Ooh, upside down maybe. Love it, it's beautiful. And that just, oops, sorry guys, hit you in the noggers. I'm going to put that back in. Some blank ledger. French book page, Amity Bloom, pop up there, washi tape. Very old antique ledger. Here is that. In the back of that. Oh, there's the date here. 1925. And that vintage wallpaper. And that is the back, guys. That is journal number 1. And I'll put this all together. So, and this comes, that journal comes enclosed with that beautiful vintage collar. The journal. And this. And for extra, I have 5 lace collars here. I have 5 of them that I'm adding for extra. You got some seam binding here, and I'm adding another French vocabulary card. So that is journal number 1. And hopefully we can get through, and I'll put this back together so beautifully after. I love how these journals came out. And truly, I was inspired by Lorna Taylor. And also a little bit French. And I will post those ladies down below in the description box as well. And just the use, a little bit French just for her simplicity. And I'm so proud of myself because I didn't go crazy crazy with all the laces and stuff. Even though I really wanted to, I didn't. I just love the elegance and the romance. When I think of French, I think of elegance and romance. And that's what these journals kind of remind me of. And just the simplicity of it all. I just love it. Okay, and then we have this journal, of course. It is binded document style using my masking tape. Same concept. We'll just go through this really quick like. And of course, it's like the same thing, guys. You'll get that applique dangle in this beautiful ruffle, pearl ruffle. And that is on a bulldog clip. I need some coffee. I'm going to take a sip. Sample stamp. Savannah Rose stamped here. Did some stenciling. And of course, it's using that Distress Oxide spray on this time card in Tattered Rose. I avocado dyed this eyelet. Made a flower and added a vintage button. I used vintage wallpaper. Here's sample stamp here. And then I used this fabric image of this beautiful rose and sewed all around. And on the inside, we have the avocado dyed doily, French book page, some very light pink dyed paper. We have some Esme's beautiful tulle lace. We have this vintage wallpaper. And we have this beautiful coffee dyed lace paper. Of course, we have my pink heart clip, and I added this little ephemera card. And that clips right in there. And on the back of here, we have one of those cigarette cards. French page, coffee dyed paper, Esme's beautiful lace, the lightest of all pink dyed paper, French book page, and we have some coffee dyed paper, and this is the center of attraction, and you can see that binding, document style, coffee dyed paper, and I added this little ephemera card on a pink ball pen. I added that French book page here. I won't undo it, it's delicate. I showed you in the last one. French book page, pink coffee dyed paper, very light. That lace, coffee dyed paper, French book page, this lace, coffee dyed paper, that vintage wallpaper, the lace, pink coffee dyed paper, that French book page, and the avocado dyed. And that is the second journal. I'll put all this together after. Actually, no, I gotta tie it now. It won't take me long. I won't, I promise. Here we go. So how's everybody doing today? Good, I hope, I hope. I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Welcome, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness. Get it together, Shelly. There. I love this journal. It's so cute. All right, we got to put this back on. Where am I at? I'm at 33 minutes. 33 minutes. So I'm going to get through this journal real quick because it's basically the same thing, guys. And I'm going to tuck this in there. Beautiful. I love it. Of course, a pink ball pen with this beautiful pearl. Love it. And of course, you're going to get the My Fox Roses. I love it. And this beautiful ribbon. And of course, with this one too, you're going to get 5. I'm not even sure of this color, guys. I have so many of these collars, but you'll get 5 collars, lace collars, and with some crinkled seam binding. And I added a French, just a little something extra vocabulary card. And then we have this beautiful vintage collar. It was really hard to give these up. You know how long I've hoarded these? But they fit so perfectly as a journal wrap. And of course, I have a pink ball pin and an antique glass button right up there. So we're going to just slide this off. Isn't that gorgeous? gorgeous? I do have more of these, but still, it was really hard. It's just beautiful. And then here is the second one. We have this beautiful, beautiful sheer lace. And I love it because you can see through it. It's in the babiest of all baby pinks. And then we have this beautiful vintage brooch, sample stamp. And on the back, and it's binded the same document style. And I did stitching all around in distressed in vintage photo, sample stamp, and my Savannah Rose, beautiful Savannah Rose. Isn't it gorgeous? So I'm not going to do a lot of talking. We're just going to flip through this real quick, guys. Can you see? Let's just flip through it real quick. Look at that beautiful vintage wallpaper. Esme's Lace did some stitching here. Amity Bloom washi tape. My pink paper clip up there. It's a beautiful ephemera card. Isn't that pretty? And then we have this. It's dated November 1949. It's kind of delicate, guys. And that sits right in that pocket. Look at that wallpaper. I love it. Amity Bloom washi tape. And I created this out of the time card. And again, you know, I distressed it in Tattered Rose. Did a little collaging. Used that French vintage wallpaper in the French book page. Stenciling. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Antique ledger. Some washi tape. Here's this beautiful postcard. And I kept it in its original. Look at this. Plastic. It is so pretty. The stamp is missing, so I can't make out the date, but it's gorgeous. And I left it in the plastic. Look at that beautiful French wallpaper. And I did some made on pocket. Added this ephemera card. And then this piece here. This is December 19th, 1941. And that sits right in there. Love it. Vintage music paper. Amity Bloom washi tape for that pop of color. This one's dated April 30th of 06. We have some ledger, blank vintage ledger, and then we have this beautiful postcard. It is written in the back. It's dated March 18th, 1913. Of course, I have my beautiful pink paper clip here. And here's the center of attraction. Oh my God. Ugh. I just can't get over this paper. I can't believe I'm giving it up. But, and I'm going to try to see if I can find a date on here. I It is so beautiful. That's why I made it the center like in the other journal. It's the center of attraction. It is so old. Here it says 1489. It's the only date I see, guys, but it's gorgeous. French book page, some beautiful blank vintage ledger, this beautiful postcard. It does say Christmas, but I can't help it. The roses and the birds are to die for. It's gorgeous. Because I added birds and roses in here. And then we have this delicate piece. I hate to mess around with this stuff too much. And that clips right in there. Delicate. Jiminy Bloom washi tape for the pop of color. All French book pages, vintage music paper. Here is that vintage wallpaper, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just take these out for a minute. Isn't that beautiful? Minnesota lace tool pockets. And then we have this beautiful piece, which is delicate. Which slides right in there. Gently and carefully. Beautiful. And then we have a French vocabulary card, and I added a little brad, that little floral applique. Sits right in there. And then we have this beautiful postcard I left in the plastic for you guys. It is blank. What's that say up there? Made in France. It's gorgeous. And that just clips right on this vintage ledger. Everything just so. Some Amity Blooms washi. And we have this beautiful piece. This is 1949 there. And then this is something 50, 1950. And this one is dated 1926. Beautiful pink paper clip. French book page, antique ledger. French book page. This beautiful letter. Let me see if I can see a date. And then this old letter. I love the patina in the back. And then we have, you know, these flashcards. I distressed it in the distressed oxide spray and tattered rose, along with this French vocabulary card. I added a little brad here. And then here, I added a little applique with a pink flower and a pin. And that clips right up there with that pink paper clip. Here is that beautiful vintage wallpaper. And again, a French vocabulary card. I distressed in that spray. I added little tiny brad with that applique. Flower applique. And then we have several pieces of these. which tucks in this lace pocket. Vintage ledger. This is antique ledger. And then we have that letter. And here we go, guys. That is it. That vintage wallpaper. And there you have it. Yay. All right, guys. That is it. Now I'm going to get these babies put back together. Looking beautiful. Again, one is already spoken for. And the other one will be available. So as soon as this video, and of course, you're going to get that with the, I think I already told you that. But yeah, guys. So let me put these beautiful babies back together. Thank you for joining me today. Love all you guys. Welcome to my new subscribers and the ones who have been with me from the beginning. I hope you have a blessed evening. Until next time, much love and hugs always. Bye.